They have to want it. Hi, I'm Brian Pombo. Welcome back to Brian J. Pombo Live. Every once in a while I find myself in a situation where I'm talking to somebody who was not necessarily set up properly to want what I have to give. And the same thing's true in your business. If you own a business, if you're an executive of a business, you will oftentimes be in front of people, either through your marketing or in person, where they don't necessarily want what you have. Now, I'm not saying they don't need what you have. They probably do need what you have. I know a lot of people that offer things that everybody needs, but very few want. What gets sold is not what people need. What gets sold is what people want. Now, sometimes they're in the same place at the same time. Sometimes what they need also happens to be something that they want. But it's not going to matter whether they need it or not. What matters is whether they want it, because wanting is going to cause the motion that is going to make that thing be bought. Whether that thing is a service or a product or what have you. It's all about your end customer wanting it. I was having a conversation with some folks earlier today, and I don't think it's not necessarily even that they didn't want what I was able to provide, but that it hadn't been exactly clear as to what that was. And if that's not clear, then they don't want it. They don't want it. If they don't know where you're trying to take them, if they don't know the destination, if they don't know the benefits of what you're providing, what's in it for me is the question that they all have on their minds. What am I going to get out of this? If you can't give that to them ahead of time, they're not going to want to go through all the rigmarole, especially if you have a process like mine, which is relatively detailed and thorough. They're not going to want to go through that process. They have to know they want what you're providing, or they at least have to have an idea that they want it. And if they don't, you're going to get resistance. This is where so much resistance happens, both before the sale and after the sale, because the sale is only the beginning, right? Especially if you work one-on-one with people, one-on-one with clients, in the long run, the sale is ongoing. You're always attempting to get them to re-buy in mentally to the process. And if there's resistance at any point, it just won't work. Especially if you're doing something that's really helpful to people, oftentimes it requires work on their end. It requires them buying in to some extent. And you got to have that ahead of time. If you don't have it ahead of time, you're going to have resistance, and that resistance causes stress on both ends of the relationship, and you end up with unsatisfied customers and clients. So it's just a nice, quick reminder. Give them what they want. Find out what they want. Show them how to get it, if at all possible. If you want to find out ways to be able to go about doing that, go check out my book, 9 Ways to Amazon Proof Your Business. You can find a free link at amazonproofbook.com. We'll be back tomorrow night. In the meantime, you get out there and let the magic happen.